Hi guys, Cat Cool here. I'm making another how-to video, making a DIY handbrake for my sim racing in light of more and more rally games seeming to appear. The one thing I would like to stress first is the fact that you will need some way to connect this to your PC or console. I'm going to be using my button box, which I made in a previous video, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to that in the description. So right, anyway, the first thing that I've already done, if you can look in the end there, this has a button. Now I've glued the button in so that the ratchet is just totally free, because you don't want to have a ratchet system when you're sim racing. You won't be able to lift it up and push it back down quite quickly. This cost me £5 from my local scrapyard. I've also got the rubber boot to go over all this to make it look hidden and whatever. So this is from a Ford Focus, early Ford Focus, Mark 1 I think it was. But it's ideal because it already has the switch built into it. If you look here, you can see where it, you know, as you lift the handbrake, the switch comes close and it contacts those two, the two contacts together. So basically what we're going to need to do first is to strip a little bit of wire and basically get the wire prepared to solder it onto the two points here. I'm just using you know, a bit of mains cable really. This is 3-core, which obviously we won't need 3 cores, but we can cut that back and whatever. That's not a problem. I mean, any 2-core cable will pretty much do, because all it's doing is sending a signal basically. So first job, we just you know, snip the outer. So we can get to the cables inside it. There we go, that's those exposed. Right, I'm just going to cut the earth wire off because like I say, we won't be needing that. So that leaves us these two cables. So if we just strip those a little bit, not too long. Right, so as you can see, we've got two cables stripped back. Right, the next job is to get the soldering iron heated up and get these wires tinned. So I'll get my iron plugged in and then I'll pick it back up once the iron's warm. Right guys, iron's heated up, so if we just tin these cables. And there we go, that's those done. Right. Sorry about that guys. Right, so if we just get the brake clamped in here. Just like that. Right, whether solder's going to take to this straight away, I'm not really sure, but we'll find out in a second. If not, we may just have to sandpaper a little bit to get it to take, potentially. Why is that not going down now? If that's because of where I've got it clamped, actually. Yeah, it is. Let's just clamp it wherever we can. don't know if you can really see this, guys. Let's just zoom it in a little bit. Hopefully the camera is going to focus. Right. Now this one, we should be able to just wrap that round, and that'll aid us in being able to solder, hopefully. Let's find out. I think that is actually taking, guys, which is great news. Yeah, that's taking very nicely. Let's just dab a bit more on, just make sure it don't come off then. There we go, that's that one done. That's all nice and tight. Let's just dab a bit of solder on here. Obviously this one maybe want to be a little bit shorter. Oh, that's not good. Dropped a bit of solder in there. Don't know if this one's going to actually... oh, it's taking on the top there, so that'll be all good enough, I would have thought. So we will want to chop this one down quite a bit, the other cable, because I don't want this one to be too long. I want a problem with the other one, but if we just, if you can see this, yeah you can. If we just cut that down, maybe a little bit more than that. Really don't want this one to be too long at all. And basically we'll just solder that one onto there, and then that should be this part of it done. That's very well soldered to that one. No, that's not done well enough. Right. Hopefully the handbrake will still function. That is now. It's not. Oh yes, it is. Sorry. Yeah. And that should basically be. Might need to poke that little bit of solder out of it. Oh, it's come off. See, this is what we've got to be mindful of. So I think what I'm going to do with that is sand it down a bit, guys, and just to help it take the solder a little bit better, because that's where the contact's actually made. So you know, we'll just get a bit of sandpaper. Try and rub that down a little bit, hopefully. What we will do, get my pliers and just hold that in position. There we go. So we'll keep moving about then. Don't know, let's try and get that to take again, hopefully. This is the problem, it keeps spinning round. What we'll do, we'll just try and hold that like that. Spinning round again. So this is the difficult part. Don't know if I can jam something in there to stop it from spinning. I'll stop it or not. Find that in a moment. Not the neatest job, I know. No, I think I need to sand that down a bit more, guys. What I'll do is I'll pick it back up once I've got that sanded down. Right guys, as you can see now, I've got both wires soldered on. You know, if I push the handbrake, which it be in the down position, which obviously, you know, it won't be connected, I get my multimeter that's on continuity, and there's no connection there at all, which is how it's supposed to be. And then if we release it like that, and then hopefully we get a connection. There we go. And just check that both cables are connected, which they are, which is fine. So on to the next bit. I'm going to have to get the button box off my rig, get it onto the bench, and we'll continue from there. Right guys, as you can see, I've got my button box apart here. That I previously made, like I say in that other video, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. So basically what we need to do is take a feed off one of the switches. So basically the handbrake will be on a switch, basically. So I think the easiest one to take is probably this one at the top. So if we just solder a couple of wires on there and then lead it out of the button box, basically. Now I've decided that I'm going to put this piece of wire on. I don't know if you can really see that. It's really thin, so it'll be easy to come out the side of the box. The mains cable would have been too thick, and then I can join it to the other cable I put on the handbrake outside of the box. So like I say, we'll tin these wires and then just solder them to the existing ones on that switch, and that should be good enough. So what I'll do is I'll pick it back up once the iron's hot again, and we'll get these wires tinned. Right then guys, as back with the iron nicely warmed up now, so we'll just tin these cables. And obviously this isn't an analog handbrake, you know how it would be in the real car, but yeah, it just adds to the immersion, and it's a lot easier than fumbling for a button on your wheel, because as I found out with playing Dirt Rally on the PC, it was quite difficult to you know, be turning the wheel and pressing a button on the wheel at the same time. It was quite difficult, so we'll just trim these down, hopefully, if I can find my cutters. That is, there we go. Yeah, we'll just trim these down a little bit. They're a little bit too long, don't need them too long. Like I say, I'm quite lucky with this particular switch I've chosen because it's I didn't cut the cables off, so quite easy to get to them, and it should solder to them quite, you know, reasonably easy. So, I know you won't really be able to see, but what I'll do is I'll zoom in once it's done, and then you can get a better look at what I've actually done. That's the first one on, I hope. Yeah. This one's a bit more awkward. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of solder on the end of the cable, and yeah, just hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier. Actually, like I say, guys, I'll show you exactly what I've done once. Oh, catching the wire there. Don't want to do that. I'd burn my wire away before I even got it in. That's the other one on. If you're going to be able to see this or not, but we'll certainly give it a go. That's as far in as I can zoom, guys. I don't know if it'll be very clear either, but basically I've soldered, I don't know if you can really see that, one on here and one on there. I mean, I'm looking at the switch, and potentially I suppose what I could have done is I could have soldered it on the other side, because I imagine those work as well, you know, with the switch. So I suppose potentially I could have done that, but that'll be good enough. It won't move anywhere, and I'll just stick another tie wrap on it so that it don't pull through, don't pull at it or anything. And then that'll be leading out of the button box. So what I'll do is I'll get all that done now, and then basically we'll pick it back up once I've got the button box back together. As you can see now, guys, we've got the button box back together with the cable that we've just wired up out the side. Right, what I'm going to do with this is stick it into a block connector, which is one of these chop block or whatever you want to call them. Cost next to nothing, these, you know. Usually about 80p I pay for a strip of them. You know, they're not exactly that expensive. Just connect that into there. Pretty self-explanatory how to connect cables into here, really, guys. Oh, I've just moved that. That's the one thing you have to be careful with these. Make sure the actual wire is held down by the screw, because otherwise you don't get good contact. And that's that end. That's that done. So basically we get the other end of the cable to that's going to the handbrake, which is this bit here. Cut this back like we did do before. I'll tell you what I'm just going to do. Oh, I'd already done it. I thought I'd not unplug my soldering iron. Yeah, do exactly as we did before. Maybe not quite so long. I don't know. You can always cut these down anyway, guys, if they're too long for you. Where are we? That's just about done, I think. Same as last time. Just get rid of that cable, cut that back. We don't need that. Oh, careful you're not cutting the other cables though. A bit of trouble cutting that one. That's it. Got it. And just bear these back like we did last time. That's one. And there's the other. Right, no need to solder these cables or anything, because they're just going to go into the other side of the block connector. So just I'm dropping stuff, but never mind, I'll clean that up later. We basically, it doesn't really matter which way round they go, I don't think either. We just try to stick this in here. Sorry guys, you couldn't really see what I was doing, could you? But I'm just doing the same with this side, which that one I haven't got in properly. Like I say, you just have to make sure the screw tightens them down really. I mean, I suppose you could just solder them together instead of this, but this just makes it so that when you're mounting the handbrake on your rig or whatever, you know, you're able to just unscrew the handbrake cable and just you know, position it where you want, sort of thing. So, and also you're able to get the rubber boot on the bottom of the handbrake, you know, without having to worry about cables and such like. Now that's moving again. It's not been very nice to me, this. But anyway, you get the general gist. So what we'll do now is we'll get the button box all plugged into my PC. We'll get a text document open and just make sure the handbrake is functioning, that it's pressing a button, and then that's pretty much it, guys. To be fair, so we'll pick it up once I'm testing it on the computer. Right guys, as you can see, I've got Notepad open, got the button box all connected, handbrake's all connected up. Right, if I just flick the switch, we can see what key it actually is. You'll see there, you can probably hear me clicking it. It's the enter key. It's assigned to this particular switch. So if we just get the handbrake, which I've got down here, you can see that there. You can see it's in the down position. Now, I don't know if I don't think I can really get them both in at the same time, but what I'll do is see if you can see the cursor. I don't know if you can actually, but it is actually the enter key. Let's try and zoom in as much as we can. I don't know if this is really going to show up, to be honest, guys. But yeah, basically lift the handbrake and the cursor shoots down the screen. So it is, don't know if you would have been able to see that go past, but it is working. So all's left to do now is to mount it on the rig, put the rubber boot on, and that's it. Job done. Like I said before, obviously this is not an analog handbrake, but it helps with the immersion and whatever, doesn't it? And this is hoping that the rally on the ps4 is going to accept keyboard entry, and so is the PC one. I don't know if it actually does, I haven't looked, but hopefully they do. You know, it'll be good to go with this. Right, that's the end of the video, guys. I might do a picture of when I've got it all mounted up onto the rig so that you can see it. Okay, many thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Catch you next time, guys. Right, guys, I decided not to finish off the video with a picture, mainly due to the fact of a few little problems that I ran into mounting the handbrake. What was happening was, because my rig's all made out of metal, as you can see here, every time I mounted the handbrake, straight to this bit is actually connected all to my rig. And what was happening was, whenever I mounted the handbrake straight to the rig, it basically was making the handbrake do all sorts of weird things to my button box and all sorts. So what I ended up doing was I had to isolate it from this metal plate. Now, as you can see, I've got a rubber. I don't know if you can see that really. There's a rubber washer there, and I also put some tape right at the top of the bolt that comes through, so none of it is actually touching this metal plate, and then it worked absolutely fine. So yeah, that was the only problem. Anyway, I think I might have said this already in this video, but that's everything anyway, guys. Hope you have fun building it like I did. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Many thanks for watching. Catch you next time, guys.